Hi, we're Nick and Tyler, and we live in a van.
Good morning, day 3 in Acadia. We are back across the street from our campground. It's like 9 a.m. I have some work stuff that I need to do. So Nick's gonna walk you around and show you a little bit about where he decided to park us.
So there's been like 4 or 5 people in this spot. So we got here early, set up Starlink. It's really foggy and like misty this morning, so you can't really see a ton, but like it's not very cold. So we might open up the back of the van so we can get a somewhat of a cool view, but we're glad we kind of snagged this spot before.
Okay, day number like 3 or 4 or whatever. I don't really remember what day it is, but we are currently in the Schoodic side of Acadia. I've been working all morning. Nick slept in until like 10:30. The chump.
I was up at 6 and
Whatever.
I was researching places to go and booking her birthday presents.
You're such a liar. He may have stayed up late doing that, but he did not wake up at 6. Anyways, so I worked for a good few hours. Now we're at the Schoodic side of things. This is where we're staying for the next 2 nights. Tomorrow we are also going to go drive up to Cadillac Mountain. If you've ever heard about it, that's where we're going, and if you haven't heard about it, you'll see it in a few minutes. But this is what we're seeing. We're just driving around right now. We can check in, but we decided to drive around for a little bit. It's been a little bit rainy / foggy, but it is beautiful. As you can see, the reflection of my feet and the sugar cookies in the window. So you're welcome. You now know what we eat all the time. This is like our 4th container of sugar cookies in the last 2 weeks.
That's how we stay in such good shape.
Here's another opening. Dang, Schoodic. What's up? Okay, so we just drove around all of Schoodic very quickly. And now we just got to our campsite. The person that checked Nick in was like, "Have you been to this campsite before?" And he was like, "No, I have not." And she's like, "Well, you're in for a treat because this is the best campsite." And so Nick is going to walk you around.
Ty is running to the bathroom because she has to pee. But here's our little campsite. So we are B25 and we have all this room. We have some neighbors across the way, which will be fine, but this has so much more room than our last campsite did. It's like actually open so we can like do stuff. We have water and electric hookups. This campsite was a little bit more than the last one we paid for, but it like has obviously way more space, and Starlink will probably work because there's not as much tree coverage. There's just so much room. It's so nice.
I'm just working, and look at this. Nick making us some late lunch. It's like 2:30. It's making us some burgers. So glad that we went and got some food. Wow, look at that. Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome.
All right, so the sun decided to somewhat come out, and we decided to go on a little jaunt. And look at this, you guys. This is magical. I would have lunch here. We probably should have had lunch here. Cute little bridge. Surrounded by water. There's our van. Wow. What a dream, am I right, you guys? Oh my gosh, I almost just died, Nick. I almost just died. Stupid shoes.
I did 10 pull-ups.
So we just arrived at Schoodic Point. Look how pretty it is. It's a little foggy, so we can't see a ton, but we're going to go out and explore the little cliffs. I almost said caves, but cliffs. And Ty's wearing her shoes. Because last time she slipped a little bit with her sandals.
So we came here a little bit earlier today, and the other spot that we were just at was super foggy this morning, and so things had cleared up, and so we were like, oh, this is gonna be great. It's still pretty foggy, as you can see, but you can see a lot more. Apparently there's just like an island like right there, but you can barely see it through the fog. But this is really cool. What do you think, Nick?
It's pretty awesome. I like that you can walk around on the cliffs, which is pretty sweet. And I have sandals on. So it's even
So it's definitely safe. Nick decided that he wanted to climb down. Yes, he is in sandals. Yes. Very curious to see how this goes. He handed me his phone and keys before this, so worst comes to worst, I can go get help, question mark. So we came down from up there, hiked down, and then there's this little cave area. And now we're wandering around. The water usually comes up to this when it is high tide. It is not high tide right now. And look how pretty and fun. And now we're down by the water. We can't stay for very long. Nick has a personal training appointment in just a few minutes, so we're gonna have to leave, but this is pretty cool. Come here. Last full day in Acadia, and we are back at Schoodic Point. It's high tide right now. It's
way cooler than this.
It's like kind of terrifying, actually. Look at those waves.
I'm gonna go right in front of them.
So this is kind of cool. We're going down there again. It's foggy. This is about as foggy as it was yesterday morning when we came by. But we had to be out of one of our campsites at 10.
You also just couldn't see a whole lot when it was foggy before because the water wasn't that
That's
high.
high.
So it was just like fog.
But this time, we got some waves. Wow. There's Nick running across. He decided he wants to get close to the water that could kill him. Sorry, I say that every video, that we're gonna die. So he wants to get close to the water that's going to get him very wet. And I told him if he dies, I'll kill him. We've taken a lot of photos here. It's really cool. If you time it right, the photo is pretty dope.
Cool splashes. Yo ho, Pirate's Life for us.
I hope he gets wet. I hope he gets splashed. But the waves are too chill right now. Go. Okay, so we have officially been here 3 times, gotten out twice. Nick, what are your thoughts? My face is all red because it's cold.
So sorry, I was flicking a bug off of my leg. This is freaking awesome. It's a little bit, my glasses are really foggy too. It's a little bit bummy because it's foggy right now, so you can't really see a ton. But when we first got here, you could see quite a bit. I got a lot of pretty cool pictures of the tides coming in. Now they're going a little bit further out, so the waves aren't as big as they were when we first got here.
Big ones, but it takes a lot longer to wait for them versus when we first got here. It was like boom, 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 massive wave after massive wave after massive wave.
But it's really cool. So if you can
Did
come.
you prefer yesterday or today?
I think today. Yesterday I wore sandals, but today I wore shoes so I could jump around like a little mountain goat. So I probably preferred today because it was a little bit more adventurous. I felt like it was a little bit more adventurous. So if you're in the area, definitely check it out. I also don't think you need a parks pass to come and check this spot out. So if you are just driving through, that was something we talked about earlier, you don't necessarily need a parks pass to come check this stuff out. So
So we are in the main part of Acadia National Park again because we are going to be driving up Cadillac Mountain. However, it has been crazy busy compared to how it was a few days ago when we were here. So there's been like no parking anywhere. So we were just trying to stop so that we can make some food, and we ended up going back to the visitor center just so that we could park in their giant parking lot, so that we could actually just like make food and eat food. And so we ate some food, and now we're heading right now to go up to Cadillac Mountain. You have to make like a reservation, and it's for 30 minutes. So we are going up. Ours was for 1:30 to 2. It's 1:28 right now, so we're excited. We drove past it at one point already today, but we're driving back to it because it was so crazy. We found no parking.
We're so excited. I don't really know what to expect because I've only seen a couple pictures, but hopefully there's no fog.
Okay, first pull off on Cadillac Mountain. Look at this, you guys. You can see like multiple lakes. You can see so much going on. This is beautiful. What do you think of the first spot?
It's beautiful. It's so calm. I think that's the coolest part of Acadia is that all the bodies of water are like pretty calm, except for when you get on like
The ocean
coast.
side.
But it's really, really like serene. Okay, we went to the main parking lot and it was crazy, so we went to this other parking lot. I think this is the west one or east one.
I don't
West.
know.
It's the other one. And there's way more parking, as you can see, which is really nice. And check out this view.
So we've walked down so that we could just see the view, and we ended up walking basically all the way back to the road. So now we have to climb back up this.
Hooray!
Which will be fun. Okay, so I found a different path. You come this way, and then you come over here. And look, you guys, what a pretty view. That's the Atlantic Ocean. There's a lot of fog, like right there. Nick found me. But look at that, you guys. So now we're just on a little hike to the main area that we saw before. It's a little bit muddy because it's been super rainy recently. But it's fun, especially because the only other way that we could get there from the other parking spot is via the road, and there's not a lot of like space to walk. So we're gonna walk this instead. This is pretty fun. We did it. That's where the bajillion people are that parked. That's like technically the top. We'll probably head over there soon, but as of right now, what are your thoughts, Nick?
First of all, look at this evergreen tree. It looks like a perfect Christmas tree.
It is quite adorable.
But it's so pretty because if you look out here, it's just the ocean. It just goes on forever. I feel like the hikes around here are really fun too because they're not too challenging, but they like are a lot different than
Like
other
Utah.
hikes we've done. So
Not
fun.
too bad. All right, so this is the main area now. This is where everybody else is. We were over yonder. Way busier, but it's a beautiful view. This side has like a nice paved path versus what we've been doing is basically bouldering the entire time. We're just scrambling up random rocks everywhere.
Bouldering is really fun, but sometimes it gets tiring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so true.
We just explored the rest of the upper part where like the store is and the main overlook for Cadillac Mountain. super cool, tons of stuff to look at, lots of people, so just keep that in mind. It's nice because we talked about earlier, it is like regulated, so you do have to pay like the $6 for like a timed entry pass, so it's not too crowded, but there still is a lot of people, especially on that main trail. But it's gorgeous. Like there's so many panoramic views that you can look at all around. So yeah, we've explored Cadillac Mountain. We're gonna make our way down, probably go get some gas. We're gonna be driving quite a bit the next couple days, so we're gonna get some gas and then mosey to our campsite and just kind of chill for the rest of the night.